And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline League over on X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I am your co-host Scott. Joining me as always is BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Scott?
I'm good. Yes, I'm tired, but not overly. It might just because the weather kind of went back above zero for a little bit, so it's not as stupid cold as it was, and it's just like it's nice. So
Yeah, the time change still has me a little messed up. I
mm,
don't know, but
that had me messed up. I think until about 2 days ago. I
yeah.
was I was getting tired. Well, I mean, it used to be a case where I'd take my dog for a walk. It's dark after a couple hours after that. Now it's dark when I finish work.
Yeah.
So my thought process there, like after dinner, I'm like, man, I'm tired. It's been dark for a few hours. Normally that's around bedtime. No, it's like 8. What? No. So yeah, it's kind of adjusting now finally, but yeah, it takes some time for that. But
Mm.
well, we got a little more time before the next show, guys. FPL Full Gear is next weekend, not this weekend, but next November 22nd. The main event on there for AEW show. It is Everflux with Hangman and Joe in a steel cage this time, so keep in mind there is stuff going on. But our version is shaping up as well, so let's scroll down to that. We do have the FPL World Title, Red versus Luke Gray. This could be Luke's first World Championship. Red's first defense in the second reign. Again, we'll talk about the details of who we think will win next week. We'll do the go home on that. The American Championship. It is an Iron Man match, as mentioned last week. We announced that between the GMSG, the champion, defending against Captain Krulix Blackwell. We have the tag titles. Kyer and Haley Blackbriar of Catharsis defending against Team Hardcore's Eddie Chairshot Wood and Pushino. And then the War Games Advantage match, You Bear Me versus Ralentando versus Sheriff for FBU versus Roundtable versus Call the Kaiju to see who gets advantage in that triple threat War Games. And I presume from there whoever gets second, like, gets, like, is next in because it's 3 teams.
Right.
So I'm not sure. And obviously, though, points wise, number 1 point, number 3. I'm not sure how the write up would be for that. I'm writing it, but we'll figure that out. It's fine. It's fine. Like in the write up, I guess whoever gets pinned is like the last. Like we'll coordinate it for that kind of thing. I guess I don't know, but we'll figure that one out. Again, I'm writing it, so I'll take care of that. But we also have
Mm.
another War Games Advantage match: Team Hardcore of the Arbiter and Matt Zion versus Kevin Dynamite and Monkey Bong. We also have a street fight. It's a hardcore match. Daisy Noel versus Hunter Williams. And the heavy hitters, Aiden Mack, Dietrich Cyrus, and James Blake versus the Monstars, CM Carlito, El Cid, and X in a Survivor Series preview. Another one with the Elements, 3J Platinum, Cammy Cat, and Supreme Rock versus Front of the Lines, Eli, JJ Rocky, and Lucifer. Cam Popplestone faces Jonathan CT Martin, or as CT has said, he is facing the Timu Scott in character chat. Very good there for Cam, considering he's probably going to kick CT's ass because Cam is very, very good, and CT. I mean, he's also good, but don't discount Cam. I face Will Colt, and I mean, with the way it's going, I should win that because he's not a world champ, and that's been my whole thing. I've only lost to world champs. Like Cam only lost to female competitors up until he faced me in like September. So like I've only lost to world champions in this run, so we'll see what happens. Kickoff show matches: Hero Chin Moses versus Morgan Clare, Jonathan Monroe versus the Gaffer. Hardcore match: Bane the Bissa versus Mark Harper, Atlas Kiyama versus Mark Steele. I'm noticing the font is a bit different size there, so CT might notice that and go fix that. The Kings of the Ring: Bash and a Broken Nerd versus the Light of the Cult, Danny the Light Jordison and Kurt Cult, and Monster Mash Memories and Wookie. And we have stuff to announce, so bear me. Let me scroll back up here because we have matches to announce. I have a kickoff show match. Actually, I have one kickoff show match and then a Survivor Series match. Not a Survivor Series match, but a match for Survivor Series. What have you got to announce?
I got a kickoff show match for Full Gear and one Survivor Series match as well.
What's your kickoff show match then?
I have a triple threat of Mac and Cheese versus Papa Snooch versus Omega G.
I like mac and cheese's chances on that.
I do too.
I have Jackson Myrtle versus Rab on the kickoff. I'm not betting against Rab. It's AEW, so I probably should. Actually, you know what? Sorry, Rab. It's AEW. I can pick Jackson on this one. Rab's very
Yeah.
good, but it's AEW.
Yeah.
He's not been as good at that, so yeah.
I just seem to always pick Jack. I always seem to pick Jackson Myrtle, so I'm gonna keep picking
You
him.
do. You do. There you go. You don't have another full gear one, though, do you? You have Survivor Series, right?
Nope.
All right, well, Survivor Series is the weekend after. Let's scroll down to that one. I will tell everybody right now the Survivor Series results will not be out until Sunday, simply because CT's going to it, and he's the one that puts stuff together, and he won't be home till late. So we're not posting the results at like 3 in the morning Eastern, because depending on when he's back for whatever, keep that in mind. So they'll be out, and it gives us time to properly write eliminations and whatnot. So heads up on that one in advance. Also, I believe I was saying last time about main shows, because these are 2 main shows back to back here. These and World's End will be the 3 that qualify out of the 5 to get into the Royal Rumble, because I mentioned last time, is it 4 or 6 or 3 or 5? It is 3 out of 5. So as long as you're on the last 3 out of 5, or at least if you're on at least 3 of the last 5 main shows, which includes, this, Full Gear, World's End. So working backwards, that would be, God, I forget already. But you know what I mean, like whatever those ones were. So what was it, WrestlePalooza and All Out? I think no, WrestleDream.
Yeah.
WrestleDream is in there. So
WrestleDream,
so probably WrestleDream. Yeah. So if as long as you're on at least 3 of those, which you have a chance now, if you miss the last 2, you could still be on the next 3 main shows: Full Gear, Survivor Series, and All Out, and you qualify. Not All Out, sorry, World's End. I'll say it again to be clear: Full Gear, Survivor Series, and World's End. As long as you're on those 3, you qualify for the Rumble. Now we know people don't do Rumbles if it's Saudi, and this one's in Saudi, so we understand that one. So if you're on, if you don't do Saudi shows, you're not even going to be part of the draw for this one. And we have had already one person saying they do not want to be in the Rumble. If you do want, for whatever reason, to withdraw yourself from eligibility, you can do that too. You don't have to no-show them. You can still show up on the shows, but you can let us know if you don't want to be part of it. You might have your reasons, whatever works for that, that's fine. But the clear thing on that also, we'll talk about this more as the Rumble comes, but champions and the challengers at Rumble are also not in it. So BeerMe, if you were facing me, and I'm the Canadian champion, you're challenging me, neither of us are in the Rumble. Even though one of us loses and is not a champion anymore, well, sorry, you're not qualified. We don't do that. So keep that in mind. It's for all main show champions. So if you're the Euro champ or you're the trio champ, as long as you're not also, because this happened a bit, but as long as you're not also the World, Canadian, American, or Tag champ, or challengers at Rumble, you're free and clear. So, but let's keep going here. We have Survivor Series. I have a match to announce. I have Jut Jut versus Omega G going 1-on-1. I'm picking Jut Jut. Omega G still looking for that first win. I think he had a draw. He might have got his first win, but I'm picking Jut Jut just based on that. Who you got?
I'm gonna pick Omega G to get his first dub.
This card might only have 4 matches, so that's how it can go, right? So, because we got the 2 War Games matches. One of them has both men's world champions. So, I don't know what else is going to be on that one. Presumably Dom versus Ray, and we'll see if Cena's not in the War Games, he'll have his own match because he's at Survivor Series. So, but what do you have to announce for Survivor Series, BeerMe?
I have another triple threat. It will be Orstella versus Papa Snooch versus Wookie.
I like Wookie's chances on that.
I like Orstella.
Okay. And that's all I have.
That's all I got too.
Well, then we'll call it there. We'll have a full rundown of Full Gear next week because it's actually going to be that week, and we're not going to keep people here long. It is a quick one in between. We do appreciate that, guys. Again, it is Frontline League over on X, Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Again, like, favorite, subscribe. I feel like I just said that, and I did, but here we go. And yeah, Full Gear is next weekend. Survivor Series is the weekend after that one. Deadline, I think, is the weekend after that as a house show, but we have fun with those ones. Come on for that one also. We'll have an Iron Survivor match. And then World's End at the end of the month of the year for that sake. And then we pass the FPL birthday of January 1st into our 6th year, and yeah, it's crazy, and it's fun. So yeah, there we go. But let's leave it there, guys. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.